Alright, hope everyone's doing well today. I hope you guys are all enjoying the Premier Season 2 release. I hope you're hitting your one taps and working on getting your rank for the season. In the last video I made, we kind of looked at Season 2, how it can be very bullish for the overall skins market and what to anticipate with that. Obviously, we haven't really seen too much of an update with VAC 3.0. There is some rumors of like a silent VAC kind of working in the background here, but we haven't really seen a full documented VAC release yet, so we'll keep an eye on that going forward. But in this video, I want to take a look at cases. The whole entire case market has been on fire recently, and I want to basically explain why this is, and I also want to look into some cases that I would recommend or what I'm potentially picking up in the future. And yeah, so in this video we'll cover all that good stuff. So let's start off with why cases are going up. The simple answer is investors. There's more demand, there's new players coming into the scene, and oftentimes when new investors come in and there's more demand in the market, smaller amounts of money will inevitably go into cases as they're cheaper ways to get exposure to the overall skins economy and growth. And also, people are okay nowadays with buying cases, hoarding them, whether they're cheap ones or moderately priced, and holding them for years on end. And we've seen this with cases exploding in price in the past, so people are much more comfortable with the trajectory of the past and holding them today. We also have people buying into active dropping cases that will soon be phased out or even replaced by new cases. And one of the biggest takeaways is with the number of case openings even going down, the price is still increasing. So this tells you that demand is way up, people are still buying up these cases, and the simple fact that the openings are going down while the price and demand continues to go up tells me that investors are really going to hold on the market. They're buying up these cases, holding them. Even when there's a dip or fluctuations in price, they're getting bought up every time, which creates a very strong trend for the overall case market. Now, despite some of the insane performance in the case market, I will call out manipulation. There could be manipulation going on here. A lot of these cases could be set up for pullbacks and traps, so you want to be very careful. Now, my advice would be to lower your risk, and you can do this by slowly buying into the cases that you're bullish on or that you want to hold into the future. So look at the price fluctuations, follow the charts, keep an eye on the cases that you're kind of studying and you're into, begin to get exposure in the case market that way. Now, the reason why I emphasize this so much is because if you look at the overall case market, a lot of these prices are close to all-time highs. I don't want anyone going in, watching my videos, buying 100 of these cases at all-time highs, and the shit just drops. So the best thing you can do is lower your risk, get exposure by dollar cost averaging into the cases you're into, and go from there. Slowly add into your collection and build a portfolio, build an inventory, and over time, let the inflation or the price increase do the work for you. As we have a diminishing supply of cases, increasing demand, we have a recipe here for huge price increases, so there's a lot of opportunity going forward. We also have this rumor that Valve's cracking down on the Chinese case bot farms. If this is true, that'll add even more demand and less quantities of cases being in existence. There's also the new update with case rentals. Are people renting out these fucking cases? Who knows? I am not doing that. Hold your cases. But yeah, these are some of the reasons why cases are going up. Now let's get into 5 different case picks I have in no particular order. I just want to share some of the cases I'm into, and I want to hear your thoughts, so be sure to let me know in the comments. Alright, so starting off here, we got the gallery case. This one's trading at about 80 cents US dollar as I'm making this video. It's currently the newest case to be added to CS2 and is released with the armory, so it marks a new shift for the whole game, which makes it kind of special in my opinion. You got the cutlery knife in these. Not my favorite knife, but a lot of people do like them. They do get a bit of respect, so that's always good. Now, the longevity with these is huge because I like the play skins. I think they're going to be chaser skins going forward. Now, one of the biggest thing I like about the gallery is that these cases aren't technically actively dropped. The players do need to buy the armory pass. They need to play the game to redeem these cases, and therefore there's a lot more that goes into obtaining a gallery case. It's a unique method, unlike the other cases that kind of just drop as you gain XP and play the game. The price point around the $1 Canadian or 80 cents American is quite attractive to me, and buying these for 2 to 3 years should pay off in my opinion, and if you hold it longer, you should even do better. The other thing to take a look at with the gallery case here is a few weeks ago, it did pump in price. This was in anticipation for the armory change. We didn't know what was going to go in or out. So there was a bit of a pullback on price here. That does offer an opportunity for people to start buying in again. You could start dollar cost averaging into these again, loading them up, because I think the gallery will be great going forward. The other thing too is if Valve releases a new case shortly and takes out the gallery case from the armory and then puts a new case in to replace it that you'd have to redeem for that one, it could be huge, and that could lead to a big price increase in my opinion, and it really just depends on how many of these are redeemed to begin with. So yeah, let me know what you think on the gallery. I like this because it's a modern case and it has a lot of potential, really nice play skins and good optics. Moving on for the next case, we got the Prisma 2. I'm a big fan of this one because of the Talon and Stiletto knives, beautiful knives that are getting a lot more attention recently. I also like this case because of the Dopplers, which look super trendy, look super good in CS2, and I could see them doing great going forward. Now, the Prisma is at a good price point. It is kind of expensive at the moment, but it's still cheap enough that people are unboxing them. They're cheap enough to be like loading up, and they have a falling supply because they're in the rare drop pool. I also like the Prisma 1 case, but if I had to pick between the two, I would probably lean for the Prisma 2. This case is quite popular in the investing world, so that's another thing to mention. It could be I don't want to say manipulated, but if a lot of investors are talking about it, you do want to raise some flags there. Overall, there's really decent play skins in this collection. I think the knives are where most of the spotlight goes to though. As you can see on the CS flow graph though, this thing is up big time, so I would probably wait for a pullback on these, but I know a lot of people like the Prisma case. Alright, and the next case we're going to mention in this video is the Fracture case. Now this is not my favorite case by any means. It's incredibly cheap at the moment, and there's a good chance that this one will get moved into the rare drop pool going forward. And big gains are made when you invest in cases when they're cheap and even actively being dropped. So if you load up on these while they're cheap and you take that risk, there's a good chance that if they get moved to the rare drop pool, you're going to see a good surge in price. Now some of the knives here aren't the greatest. I really don't like this collection a whole lot, but in this video I want to have a wide variety of skins to choose from. I want the modern, I want discontinued, and I also want to look at kind of sleeper investments, things that can really double, triple, 10 times in price hopefully. And I think that the Fracture case, just based on how cheap it is right now, has a lot of upside. And if we go over and look at the Steam market, you can see there's a ton of these for sale, lots of quantity, and the price has been beat down a little bit in the last few weeks, it looks like. So it may not be a bad time to start buying into these if you have conviction on them going up. There's also the recoil case, which has similar optics to this one, so I could see the argument that that one could be better, but let me know what your thoughts are on the Fracture. It's not my favorite case, but I think it's worth mentioning because it's so cheap, and you know, there could be upside for that reason. And the next case we're looking at is the Chroma 2. Now this case is one of my favorites of all time. When I started playing CS, I was cracking these bad boys open left and right, getting absolutely nothing. But all the Chroma cases are very similar. They all have the same knives. A lot of big streamers and content creators back in the day were chasing these knives, and some of the biggest unboxings were kind of with these M9 Dopplers and all that good stuff. So take a quick look here. And so my rationale with the Chroma 2 case is that all the knives are classic. They're a fan favorite going back like 10 years now. The Dopplers arguably have the best finish in the game. These cases will continue to do well as a result. And if you go over to some of the numbers here, you can see the unboxings are still quite high for the premium that you'd have to pay for this case. When you go look here at Steam, you can see that the supply of these is very low. There's not very many for sale. And obviously you have a very strong trend here. Now I would say that the Chroma 2 case is kind of overpriced at the moment. I think there should be a pullback, but in the long run, I think these will continue to do well. They're a fan favorite. The Dopplers and the finishes in this case just go insane. For that reason, I see them doing well. Now I would wait for a pullback and try to slowly average into these as well. I do like them a lot, so I will start picking them up as I see a fair price. And now the last cases I want to include in this video are the Operation Riptide case, the Operation Broken Fang case, and the Shattered Web case. Now these are all discontinued cases, and you probably know why I've included them in this video. They're kind of no-brainers. I would stay away from the esports cases. Obviously they will go up in price. I do personally believe they're a bit of a trap, and more value is going to be in these ones here. Now let's keep it simple. If you go to the quantities, you can see the Shattered Web 2400. You can see Operation Riptide case also 1200 quantity, and you have Operation Broken Fang with just over 3,000 on sale at the moment. Now I'll keep it short and simple. These discontinued cases, they're no longer attainable. The supply will only decrease over time, and that should increase the value of these remaining cases. We have a dwindling supply on these, and I think the demand will get squeezed over time, and if the game continues to grow, people are going to want to either hold or even open these cases just for fun. Whatever the case may be, I think these are worth holding on to. Now if I had to pick like 2 out of the 3, I'd probably lean Broken Fang and Riptide, but let me know. I also got the Shattered Web, so I'm all in it. So to summarize this video, guys, my strategy is going to be buying into a variety of these cases just to get exposure and diversification in the skins market and the case market. I'm going to keep an eye on this market every few weeks and months and add to my inventory to buy the dips. Don't go all in. Buy a variety of these cases and take your time if that's what you plan on doing. Valve can throw us curveballs at any time, and they could remove a case from the drop pool. They could add a new case. They could bring back old knife finishes. You don't know what could happen, and you don't want to be caught in a ripple effect there. So let's work together, share ideas in the comments. Anyone can be right or wrong in this, so let's limit our mistakes and work together. But if you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I've been putting in a lot of work, and I hope you guys get some value out of it, and I'll see you guys next time.